Hi, my name is Jesslyn. I am a marketing professional, and I guess you can say entrepreneur. I have my own marketing studio called WellWell, where I support founders with all things marketing and branding and communications. It's only 1 year old at the moment, but besides that, my background is actually in architecture. I studied urban design and architecture at New York University. It was my major, and I minored in environmental studies. And then after graduating, because I wanted to enter the architecture industry, I needed more experience. To get some of that, I went to the GSD for their design discovery summer program. It was a 6-week program. You learn some skills in graphic design and also modeling and putting together a presentation. And because of that, I was able to finish the program with a portfolio that I could then use to apply to jobs, or if I wanted to continue to grad school and get an MArch. But I decided to go straight into work, and it was enough of with my CV and portfolio to get a job in marketing at my first architecture firm in Manhattan. It was at REX, a sort of boutique architecture studio led by Joshua Prince Ramus, who is one of the graduates of Renkulas. So my background in architecture, especially from NYU, prepped me for a communications role in architecture. And I was really able to utilize that at my role at BIG when I joined Bjarke Ingels Group in their comms team. That I was there for 4 years in their New York and London office and doing everything comms related, which is a lot of writing about architecture. I wrote a ton of press releases, all of the social media posts, managing all of the PR, marketing, and social media and everything like that. I was prepared for it because of my experience at NYU, but a lot of it was also learning on the job. So when the pandemic happened in 2020, over the holidays when I have downtime is usually when I tend to come up with new ideas. So I think the first kind of lockdown, Christmas, I get bored. And boredom is the best time and place for creative ideas to emerge. I was scrolling on Instagram and I had a lot of architecture friends, and they were posting their works that they were making during lockdown, and it was a lot of really interesting creative projects. But then when you go to their profile or their website, it's hard to find more information or understand if the item was for sale. And so just kind of noticing that pattern, that trend, I saw an opportunity. And during that time, crafting was also on the rise, a big trend. I saw it as next level craftsmanship. They were very well handcrafted, very beautiful, one-off limited edition objects. And so I pulled together a list, and it turned out that there were 30 people on this list, and I thought that's enough to kind of get a project going. And so Gubns was born then. In the future, 3 to 5 years, I think Gubns will be this big global community of built environment professionals who are doing things outside of architecture. And they can be makers, but I think they can also be other things. There's this term that I came across called slashies, which is when someone isn't just defined by their main full-time job. When people realize that, your day-to-day doesn't have to be all-consuming of doing one thing, of having a 9-to-5, that you can have hobbies, but also your hobbies can also support you, and you can just have many passions and pursuits. As that becomes more normalized, I'd like for Gubns to be the community that brings like-minded creatives together. I would love to start with a London chapter, which we already have, and expand into New York next. And eventually, maybe Gubns can be a bit more global and have other chapters in other cities. And so if you're a member or you're part of the community, you can go to another city and meet someone in the same world that you're in, and we can all be friends.